On certain mornings in the Peruvian Andes, the mountains seem to breathe. Veils of white mist curl up from the deep valleys below, drifting lazily between emerald peaks, as if the earth itself were exhaling secrets. And there, perched on a jagged ridge nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, lies a place that has whispered to the world for over 500 years, Machu Picchu, the city in the clouds. From afar, it looks like a dream etched in stone, a phantom settlement caught between sky and earth, wrapped in silence and mystery. Imagine approaching it for the first time, not from the crowded tourist trails of today, but as the American explorer Hiram Bingham did in 1911. A narrow path clings to the mountainside, the drop on one side so sheer it steals your breath. Dense jungle presses in on the other, tangled with orchids, moss, and the scent of wet stone. Your boots slip on mud-slick steps carved centuries ago. Then, without warning, the trail bends, and the mist parts. In front of you, terraced green slopes tumble toward ancient walls of perfectly cut granite, their lines so precise you could run your hand along them and feel no gap. Temple roofs are gone, but the bones of the city remain, silent, proud, defiant. For centuries before Bingham's arrival, the world beyond the Andes had no idea this place even existed. The Spanish never found it during their conquest of the Inca Empire. It hid itself from invaders, tucked into the spine of the mountains, where clouds were its shield and stone its skin. Who built it? Why here, at the very edge of the habitable world? And perhaps the most haunting question, why did they leave? Machu Picchu is thought to have been constructed in the mid-15th century, during the reign of the Inca Emperor Pachacuti. Some say it was his royal estate, a retreat far from the bustling capital of Cusco. Others believe it was a sacred religious site, chosen for its alignment with celestial events. The Incas were master astronomers, and here, the sun seems to rise and set with almost theatrical precision, its rays spilling through temple windows on solstices, as if the heavens themselves were part of the design. The stones of Machu Picchu are unlike anything you'll see in the modern world. Each block, some weighing over 50 tons, was shaped without iron tools or mortar. The Incas used a technique called ashlar masonry, carving and polishing stones so they fit together with uncanny perfection. You couldn't slide a blade of grass between them. A skill not just of engineering, but of patience, artistry, and perhaps devotion. And this precision had a purpose beyond beauty. The stones were cut to withstand earthquakes, their interlocking forms swaying and settling rather than shattering when the ground trembled. Yet for all we've studied, the city's purpose remains shrouded in uncertainty. Its location is both magnificent and puzzling. It perches on a ridge between two mountain peaks, Huayna Picchu and Machu Picchu Mountain, overlooking the curling ribbon of the Urubamba River thousands of feet below. To reach it even today takes effort, winding bus rides, steep hikes, or hours along the Inca Trail. So why would the Incas build such a masterpiece here, where it would be so hard to reach and even harder to supply? One theory says the location itself was sacred, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. The Incas believed mountains, or apus, were living spirits, guardians, and gods. From Machu Picchu, one can see a crown of these apus surrounding the site, their jagged silhouettes cutting into the sky. To live and worship among them might have been considered the highest honor. Another theory suggests it was a strategic hideaway, a safe stronghold for the Inca elite during times of political turmoil. But there are more romantic ideas, too. That Machu Picchu was a kind of Inca Garden of Eden, a place of peace and beauty, where the emperor and his court could walk in terraced gardens heavy with maize and quinoa, listen to the wind hum through the stones, and feel closer to the gods than anywhere else on earth. Yet for all its serenity, the city did not last. By the time Bingham arrived, it had been abandoned for centuries. Why? No records survive to tell us. Some say disease brought by the Spanish devastated its people, even though the conquistadors never found the site. Others believe it was simply left behind when the empire's center shifted, its population drawn away to other priorities. Or perhaps, and this is the most haunting possibility, it was never meant to be a permanent city at all, but a sacred pilgrimage site, visited for rituals and then surrendered back to the mountains. Walking through Machu Picchu today, it's hard not to feel the ghosts of those who lived here. You can stand in the Temple of the Sun, its curved walls catching the first light of morning exactly as they did half a millennium ago. You can wander through the Room of the Three Windows, each frame capturing a view of the mountains so breathtaking it feels designed to remind you how small and fleeting human life is compared to the Earth's ancient bones. And then there's the Intihuatana stone, the hitching post of the sun. This carved granite pillar is thought to have been an astronomical device, possibly used to mark equinoxes or other celestial events. On certain days, the sun casts a shadow perfectly aligned with its edges, as if the Incas really had tethered the sky to the earth. Still, Machu Picchu holds its silence. Archaeologists have uncovered artifacts, bones, tools, and pottery, but no written language to explain the rituals or daily lives of its people. The Incas recorded history through quipus, knotted strings that conveyed complex information, but if any told the story of Machu Picchu, they have been lost. And so we are left with a puzzle, a jewel of human achievement, abandoned before the world even knew it existed, surviving centuries of storms, earthquakes, and jungle encroachment. It asks questions without giving answers, and maybe that's the point. Perhaps Machu Picchu was built not to be understood, but to remind us that some wonders are meant to remain partly in shadow, to keep us searching. If you ever stand there yourself, high among the clouds, you might feel what so many others have, a strange blend of awe and melancholy. The air is thin, the wind cool, and the mountains seem to press in, not threatening, but watchful. You'll see the terraces where farmers once worked, the pathways worn smooth by countless feet, the stone fountains where water still flows as it did centuries ago. And you might wonder, as I do, whether those who left ever turned back for one last look. Did they see the mist close in around their city, sealing it from the world, and know that its secret would last for centuries? Machu Picchu remains a testament to human ingenuity, to the power of nature, and to the enduring magnetism of mystery. It is a place that humbles you, not with grandeur alone, but with the quiet truth that even the mightiest civilizations leave behind questions they can never answer. And so I leave you with this. If you stood in the heart of Machu Picchu at sunrise, the clouds at your feet, and the mountains like guardians all around, what would you feel? Pride? Reverence? Or the pull of a story you'll never fully know? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments, and let's keep this mystery alive together. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please like, comment, and share. It truly helps keep these stories alive.